Hello Sagittarius, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Sagittarius for the week of September 12th. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here for you, Sagittarius. Now I am using the Psychic Tarot as well as the Higher Self Affirmation deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. All right. Let's go and take a look at what we have here. We'll make sure we're all set up and in view, and we'll get into it. All right, I think that looks just about good enough to me. We'll take 3 of these Higher Self cards. And then we'll also we'll go ahead and put this up here. Okay. So Sagittarius, definitely, you have this interesting combination here where of the World and the Judgment card next to each other. What's interesting is it's almost like some of you might be going back to the drawing board because the completion is in the past and the step before the completion is in the current situation. Or the overall situation. So it's possible that some of you are maybe going back to the drawing board on something here. I'll expand on that some more. I also think that what could be going on here is you've recently completed something big and it's still kind of like fresh, or it's still kind of like here. It's still something that you're kind of dealing with, working through, what have you, whatever you want to call it. And that could certainly be the case as well. And I definitely feel like there is something here that you are manifesting as well into your life that feels good, but it's almost like there's an attachment here. There's an attachment to something that may be getting in the way of the manifestation from like fully being realized or fully coming in. So I'll expand on that some more, but in the overall situation, you do have the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is the Truth card in this deck, and I have to tell you, this card's been coming in for the collective here in this week. This is an interesting illustration of what the Judgment card is. You can see that this person is sort of like peering out to the universe, and they're kind of accepting higher truth, or they're accepting higher knowledge, or they are accepting knowledge from something outside of them, okay? And you can see that they're standing on scales here. And the idea with that is scales in tarot represent karma. And so on one hand, you could say that they're kind of accepting higher knowledge. On the other hand, you could say that they are accepting their fate. Okay, they are getting what they truly deserve because karma is just the accumulation of your actions. And so this person is sort of recognizing how important the steps were that they've taken up to this point, and they're kind of trying to form a meaning around this kind of, you could say, the other thing is you could say that the Judgment card is about like a ruling coming down from the universe. Again, that's another way of saying accepting higher knowledge, but they're kind of recognizing or moving into self-realization because the actions that they've taken were that important up to this point. And you could also say, I'm going to just spend another second here on this card because it seems very important for you, but also for other people at this time, which is the thing about the Truth card or the Judgment card is, what was it's like I like to say it's like the final boss energy because it comes right before you complete something important, right? It says go into that period of introspection, go into that period of self-evaluation, and ask yourself what it is you need to do to complete some sort of important cycle. In the past here, you have the solar plexus chakra as well as the universe, and so the World card here is what the universe card is, and I think some of you here, there's been an important realization around confidence, okay? In the past, some of you have been looking to acquire power or looking to step into your personal power. The solar plexus chakra is your power center. It is right where the abdomen is. right above the belly button. And this is where you derive confidence. This is the way that you kind of look at yourself. And this card can come forward if somebody has taken your power away from you. Well, the solar plexus chakra can come up in any sort of, whether it's tarot card or Reiki or whatever meditation, in whatever form, right? You're working with the chakras. This can talk about maybe somebody took your power away from you, and you're looking to strengthen your solar plexus chakra. Really good way to do this is to physically, work out. Working out is a very good way of strengthening this, but also doing yoga. And more importantly, with the solar plexus chakra, taking the opportunities to be as confident as possible when they arise, right? And so basically that will really strengthen your solar plexus chakra. So not kind of falling down or metaphorically falling down in the face of conflict, and kind of doing those sorts of actions can really help you. But you have this completion here in the past. The universe, the world, and the judgment card, they're both very good cards. They're just also very serious cards. You have Saturn energy with the universe or the world, and you have Pluto energy with the judgment card. And so those aren't, it's not good or bad. It's just like they're both they are what they are, and they're kind of serious energies. So I definitely feel like I want to get some more details on what this has been around, but I think there's something here related to your confidence and like your personal power here in the past. Now, in the future, you have the Eight of Cups and the Magician, so emotional withdrawal and awareness. So the Eight of Cups says that you may be walking away from something that's just not serving you anymore. This could be a person, this could be a situation, it could be anything, life events, you're walking away from something that's not in alignment with you anymore. And this awareness card, you can see here, so we talked about the solar plexus chakra being like right above the navel or the belly button. And then you have this symbolism here with the Magician where you see that there's the circle around their crown chakra, okay? And also look at the repeating color here, right? We have this yellow circle, we have the solar plexus chakra, but right here would be where the crown chakra is. And so this talks about how this person is manifesting, right? The crown chakra is where you receive spiritual downloads. It's like your spiritual receiving center. And you could say that it's kind of where the manifestations kind of come in, if you will. And I feel like some of you here are absolutely generating an idea or creating awareness around a manifestation, but I think that this really is tying into something related to confidence and personal power with the yellow symbolism here. So let's go ahead and let's move up the pyramid. So the aforementioned crown chakra, you have the Five of Swords. Wow, so you're getting a lot of energies here. You have the base of the root chakra, and then you also have the Ace of Wands. Okay, so pretty incredible. I think you probably have the most chakra cards that I've done for this week. You're one of the last readings I'm doing here. But so I talked at length about this crown chakra, right? And look, they're kind of with each other here in the past. Okay, and isn't that interesting? So I definitely feel like there's a connection between these two chakras that are very important. Obviously, you also have this root chakra coming in here as well, the base chakra. But I would really recommend, if you're interested in what I've been talking about, I would really recommend you do some sort of deep dive on these two, the solar plexus and the crown chakras, because they could really give you some sort of helpful understanding around and sort of like maybe clearing anything that you need to clear to see this manifestation come in. Or you may just be more interested in learning more about this, but there's been some soul searching here with the crown, the universe, and truth. There's absolutely been some soul searching. There's been seeking of answers, seeking of higher knowledge, looking to create or acquire wisdom in your life. There's something here, I feel like, bigger than you, outside of you, that you've been really spending energy on. You have this Five of Swords. There's been some sort of the conflict and defeat card is, you know, Five Swords, it's more about loss than anything. But the thing is, it's a temporary loss. It's something that you can totally rebound from. You can totally bounce back from the from the Five of Swords. The Ten of Swords would be something that's completely done, but the Five Swords is something you can bounce back from. You have this root chakra. This is the first chakra. It's right at the base of the spine. And, you know, this is about your security in the world, food, shelter, water, your ability to provide for yourself. And if you feel ungrounded, then the root chakra would be out of balance. And so for some of you here, I think there's somebody or something that you're walking away from here in order to ground yourself. Sometimes we can align ourselves with people that get us out of balance. And it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with those people. It just means for whatever reason, your energy and their energy is not compatible. And I do feel like maybe some of you are walking away from somebody here, or maybe just like a habit or something that you're doing that's getting you out of balance. That could also be the case if it's not a person. Then you have this Ace of Wands, which I love, Passion Ignited, one of my favorite cards. Again, you see the yellow ring, right? And so this is about you generating something that you're extremely excited about or passionate about. But again, there's this kind of silver lining here, this kind of thread, I should say. There's this thread here around your confidence, your personal power, the solar plexus, this yellow energy. So let's go ahead and take a look at what is coming forward here in these oracle cards. Okay. All right. So you have resonance. I use the creative power of my personal vibration. Speak it into being. I definitely like that for you. Reflection. I reflect deeply with gentle curiosity and compassion. Your power begins with deeply knowing yourself. And you have embodiment. I choose to be in my body. Embodiment precedes transcendence. Okay, all of these cards are very important for you, and they all really resonate with what we've been talking about in this reading, particularly these two. Resonance and reflection. The reflection energy, the truth card or the judgment card, that can be a card of reflection as well. I definitely feel like some of you are like soul searching in a hard way here. Let's go and take a look at, let's get some additional messages here. But if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. All right, so you have the Chariot, you have the Ace of Cups, and you also have the Emperor. Cool. So, the Chariot here in the past, there's been an important completion, okay? I definitely feel good about this completion. It just feels like there's maybe something left. It's like there's almost like there's something left that you still have to sort of detach from or walk away from. The Chariot says that through self-discipline, you've created a victory here, and you've overcome some sort of hurdle or obstacle or challenge. Ace of Cups, obviously love begins. This can talk about, you know, obviously finding someone. It can represent new love in your life. It can also talk about self-love though, and I think that maybe there is I definitely feel like there's something related to the self here, okay, for you Sagittarius. Now, that doesn't mean that you won't find anybody, but I am just saying that it feels like the new thing that is coming in, which is definitely something new here, with the two aces, the Magician, and then also this completion, which also starts a new cycle. Definitely there's something new coming in. I just feel like this is around passions, you know, talents, hobbies, work, career. Those seem more in alignment and in resonance for me, for you in this reading. But, you know, certainly if you've been spending time thinking about new love, or you've maybe met somebody recently, definitely not a bad sign at all to see. You have the Emperor, the authority card here, which is, take a look. Look at the ring here, the yellow ring. Again, look, they're all lining up. What does that tell you? I would ask yourself if this reading is really, really hitting with you, I would really ask yourself what that symbolism means to you. And also I'd really, really consider looking at your personal power at this time and the confidence that you are exuding or not exuding, or where are you giving your power away, right? Because you have power here. Like, there is certainly power here in the future, and you can use this power to manifest something. I feel strongly, but yeah, it all depends on, do you have this healthy solar plexus energy? So let's go ahead and see what else we have here. So you have the Six of Pentacles, and you also have the sacral chakra. All right, so I do feel like some of you may just need to like clear your energy. I'm not telling you that you should go pay for like a Reiki session or pay for, a chakra healer or anything like that. But I am saying that there's something here that may need to be flushed out. Okay, and you can do this for free. Like, I'm not telling you you have to go, like you're not doomed if you don't go do this. I'm just saying that there is a real push here to balance something out in your energy system, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these 7 chakra cards. That's the most I've had in these readings, and you have this incredible symbolism here of this yellow ring, which is about, for me, the solar plexus chakra. Some of you are balancing out the material side and the spiritual side of your life. Some of you are not trying to, I think detaching from focusing too much on money or focusing too much on spirituality and looking to balance that out. That could certainly be the case. At the top of the pyramid here, you have the Hermit card, which is solitude. Definitely some of you have been spending a whole lot of time alone, looking for answers, trying to figure it out, if you will. And I do think you will. I also think that there is something incredible here that you can manifest, but it's about getting in resonance, and it's also about clearing any sort of energetic junk, if you will, here, particularly in the solar plexus, like particularly where you feel like you are losing power or where you're giving power away. Like, that is very important. On the bottom of the deck, you do have the Two of Cups, which is an incredible card, spiritual union. Certainly as you clear something out, you could find somebody if you're single and you're interested in that. I also think that some of you are just communing with yourself at this time to build something amazing in your life. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next reading.